Most of today's marketing overwhelms and sickens me. Who is going to lead now after most trust is gone? Who is going to lead? Who do we trust? When everybody is rushing in the same direction, trying to outsmart each other for the kill. The kill, you ask? Yes, this is what it feels like. We live in the world that has you and me classified as prospects to be chased. There is nothing human about a prospect. The word could be used for a weather forecast or any kind of scenario or prediction. I am not a prospect, and I do not see how I can classify the woman who I know I can help and who I know needs to find me and get to appreciate me. How can I call this woman who allows me to facilitate positive change in her life? How could I possibly classify her as a prospect? I am not against marketing and technology, yet its methods are often heart and soul deprived. It's simply an assault on humanness and an assault on our intelligence. Let me ask you right from the start. Are you feeling in total alignment and harmony with the marketing style and language that you use? In a time where online marketing broke that glass ceiling and exploded into a huge open space without much time really to adjust or to prepare, it's seemingly without rules. I am against unnecessary rules. I'm actually known for breaking rules. I break rules for justice, for freedom, for love, and to be true to myself. So as a rule breaker, I should be all right with open game in this huge cyberspace or online environment. Well, yes and no. The one rule that supersedes every other is to be in integrity, to be true to yourself. Why? Because when you are not in total alignment with who you are and what you stand for, when you forego your own values and principles, you are in pain. You are tormented without being consciously aware of why you are so stressed and why you feel so overwhelmed. I know that every business needs marketing. I also know that proven marketing systems are designed to trigger emotions that make people buy. It works. It works on you. It works on me too. But that does not mean that I agree with deception. And deception is a synonym for too many marketing tactics today. Another issue is being statistic. You can never be that impersonal to me. And you are also not a cold or a warm lead, not even a hot lead, even though that sounds kind of sexy. You get it. To me, you will never be a prospect because I honor you the same way that I honor me. And I can only truly honor you when I know that I honor myself. Okay, so enough ranting here. But you see, here is the problem. Overwhelm and stress have risen sharply in the last decade, especially the last 5 years. And it looks like they're here to stay. So how do we ease those harmful effects? You probably know that stress is the #1 killer in our modern world. And as our natural way of being becomes more uncertain and sometimes even complicated, stress-related ailments are on the rise. But did you know that the trigger that can explode unrecognized stress suddenly is mostly self-generated? Did you know that it's inside of you? Yes, it's inside of you right now, and it's even more hideous than any outside stress because it is the silent stress that is not coming from any apparent outside event or from somebody accusing you of of being something that you don't like to hear. But this silent stress comes from your own assumptions, from your own beliefs and actions that are in friction with your inner values. Do you feel that stress affects your health, your sleep, your digestion, your mood? Because unrealized and untreated stress lead to illness and is totally preventable. And even though I am a naturopath, a health and healing coach, amongst other things, this is not a health talk, but a wake-up call that relates to how you market your business and want to be marketed to without stress. And if you don't have a business, you always market yourself. Hello, I am Dr. Angelika Christie. And as you see in the title of my talk today, I share with you that not being fully yourself can actually kill you. And I have known this for over 30 years. As a naturopathic doctor, I should have noticed my body's warning signals. I did, but I had no time for listening inwardly. So how often do you experience a gut feeling that you disregard because your brain is convinced you to push forward with something you're in the midst of doing right now? You see, we are swept away in this high stress and fast moving online competition. It's like a gigantic marketing tactic where everybody sells something for $7. That should be valued at least $500 or so. But because it's only $7, that's all right. So you give your name and your email address for $7. And while you wait for the actual link, a page shows up, an upsell page that urges you to buy something for maybe $97. And it could make sense because you want the first one to work, and maybe that's what you need. So your mind starts to race while the countdown clock on the page moves fast. You think, if I don't have this added piece, which is a one-time upsell only, then maybe the one that I bought for $7 does not do what it is promised. And whether you accept or decline this offer, the next page opens with another upsell. It's the same game, urgency. Don't leave this page. This offer will never come again. And scarcity. You get the picture. You go through upsell page after upsell page until suddenly there is something that costs less again, the downsell page. You have not only wasted a lot of time, but your blood pressure went up due to a lot of aggravation and stress from what just happened to you that you had no control over. You're upset, maybe even angry. A sickening feeling in your gut that you may have been tricked or manipulated. You will receive more and more emails now, you know that, right? Clever sales pitches, you know how it works. We all fell for it, like thousands of others kind of every minute. You tell yourself that funnel selling must be the only way to success, since millions use them successfully, apparently. So we are in this big tidal wave, like a never-ending flood of offers with urgencies that make you believe that if you just had that one more thing, it would make a difference in your business and therefore create positive change in your life. And your inbox is full of offers, free and low cost, and all are tricks to bail you. Buy this, buy that, look at my offer, look at the value of it. You'll never find it again, ever. I believe that scarcity and limited time, those two words, equal mental and emotional pressure. And this pressure only intensifies, and it's unavoidable when you join the gurus of marketing in their online marketing race. And accommodations and recommendations. It's all about competition. Participating in this competition as a small business owner or entrepreneur in today's marketing world it's all about the funnels. And Well, it can be fun if this is what you like or align with, but it can also be catastrophic when your inner values are contrary or in opposite to that particular style of marketing. Okay, take a deep breath. If you are called to give your gift to the world, and online marketing is the only option, funnels are what you must do because you assume everybody else does it successfully. That's what you think. So you don't even ask yourself, is this how I want to attract the person I can help? You assume that's how it is done and you jump right in. That's what I did. You see, after COVID-19 prevented me from traveling and speaking on international stages for actually the last 18 months, and I was locked away just like most of you, my ability to attract new clients dropped to almost zero. Some events were still taking place, and I traveled to one and ended up getting infected with COVID-19. It was tough. It paralyzed my body's energy and productivity for over 3 months. And I realized that the only way to reach the world again was by going online, into social media, groups, Zoom meetings, all of it. So I worked with my coach and my VA for almost 3 months to get the marketing pieces right. I stayed awake into the wee hours in the morning. And soon I started to feel the energy drain on my body due to the lack of sleep. But my excitement to be back in business via online produced that energy that really counteracted the lack of sleep. I often pushed hard through hours of fatigue, which was a leftover from the COVID infection I battled with for so long. But in March of this year, my resolve was clear. I wanted to be a true comeback champion. I had to do it fast. This time, I needed to involve an online guru with the funnel strategy. So that's what I did. It was early June when the funnel was done to launch my first group coaching program. And it started with a free masterclass on Zoom. The Facebook event page was done, invitations went out in emails and messaging. I did what I was advised to do. The funnel looked perfect, yet it didn't feel like me. What I should have noticed was this discomfort in my gut, but I brushed it away. After all, I had 27 women signed up for my free masterclass in a live Zoom meeting for June the 22nd at 11 o'clock. The night before, things started to go wrong with technology. A heavy storm kicked the power out. And the power stayed off until in the morning. No Wi-Fi, no air conditioning. And it's June with night temperatures close to 90 Fahrenheit. I'm tossing and turning with perspiration and anxiety. Finally, daylight broke and I had 4 hours to start my masterclass. I scrambled to get everything set up. Still no air conditioning, still no Wi-Fi. 1 hour before being live on Zoom. After a few frantic calls to my internet provider, it came on. We are ready to go. No time for breakfast, no time for my usual yoga stretches, no time to sit in stillness or meditation. The show was about to start. No matter how I felt, this morning I had to perform at my highest capacity. I felt enormous pressure in my head and my chest, yet I ignored it. I should have listened to my discomfort in my heart and in my brain, but I was fully committed otherwise. Today was the big day of my comeback. 11 a.m., 17 women show up in my Zoom room, and I am excited to share what I had prepared for the Relationship Secret Masterclass. 40 minutes into my presentation, This tremendous pressure in my head increases. I ignore it and push forward. Suddenly, I feel as if I'm outside of my body. I hear myself. I hear the lack of vibrancy in my voice. It doesn't sound like me. I start to struggle. I start to look for words. Where am I in my presentation? I do not remember anymore. And I was supposed to do, of course, to push and push. So I pushed frantically, trying to keep it going, because I am just about to make my offer, which I had so beautifully prepared. I just needed 15 more minutes to make my offer for my upcoming course, but I started to lose it. I was trying to remember my enrollment script, but my mind went blank. I pulled the script up on my computer screen and I couldn't even read it. I stared at the words and they didn't make sense to me. I couldn't read them. My brain started to shut down. My brain said, I'm done. My body responded, we are done here too. And with a last wave of my hand, I actually closed my computer to stop this live feed to my terrified audience who just witnessed the total breakdown of a woman, of me, in front of their eyes. Only 20 minutes later, paramedics strapped me on a stretcher and off we went to the hospital with sirens and flashing light. That was my first time, never experienced it. The day of my happy business comeback ended abruptly with a stroke. The next day I knew that a new chapter in my life had begun, but I was done. I asked myself, was I done with business? Was I finished? Was I even dying? Well, not yet. But I was forced to slow down, which allowed me to refocus on what is really important for me: quality of life. My family, my children, my grandchildren, they all tried to persuade me to retire from business and my mission altogether. It's understandable that that's what they wanted from me. But you know, I am not done yet. I was not done yet. I know that women are waiting for me to help them heal their relationships with themselves and with others, and so much more. I want the woman I can serve hear my message and ask me, can you help me? And I would say, yes, I believe so. But let's see, let's have a conversation. Let's explore. This is how I want to go. I don't need thousands of clients by my programs. I want to coach and mentor a few hundred women whose transformation will be so profound that they impact hundreds of others around them and possibly recommend my work to other women too. If I can change the life of even 100 women, that impact will be enormous because it affects everybody around them, their family, their friends, their acquaintances, their community. So it's a ripple effect that can reach thousands whose information I don't need to collect. So here it is. I'm stepping out of mainstream marketing and create my own universe where I invite women to feel safe and beloved so that they can grow and flourish and transform their life experience by letting go of much accumulated stress and unnecessary suffering. I believe that a deeper connection and real trust are necessary in every good relationship. This is the importance in your marketing and in your business as well. It is just as important as it is in your personal life. If you disregard your true feelings and move out of alignment with your inner values in order to get a desired outcome, a transaction, you risk your health and possibly your life. Why don't you align your business and marketing with your highest standard of personal integrity, commitment, and excellence? That's trustworthy and also enjoyable for you and your client. And you find yourself in the flow rather than in struggle. And it starts, of course, with the relationship you have with yourself. And the first critical step is clarity. Like I needed clarity. I needed to become crystal clear that this kind of marketing was against my inner values. So therefore, I was out of integrity. And the second critical step is courage. I needed the courage to say, no, I don't care if I just spent another $10,000 on getting this funnel set up. I let it go because it is not me. It is not my way. I made a new commitment to come back with more clarity, greater courage, and the resilience that has built in me because of every challenge I conquered, which brought me to a renewed commitment to stay true to myself. So I urge you to make sure that whatever you do is in alignment with your core values and it's uniquely you, which is actually very liberating. What could be more liberating than giving yourself permission to be fully you? I share with you my experience. Well, I just shared with you my experience that changed my whole outlook on marketing in my life. And I hope it stimulated a desire in you to examine your marketing and your marketing style too. I was trapped in a way of marketing that was not in alignment with who I am. It almost killed me. You do not have to risk your health or have a stroke like I had because I disregarded my truth for the sake of a business transaction. Life should not revolve around work. I know that when there is meaning in my life, there is meaning in my work. And when there is meaning in your life, there is meaning in your work. So if you resonate with what I shared with you, get in touch with me, send me a message. Let's talk to find better solutions and share my message with other people too. All of my love to you.